Hello, day 40. Can't believe I've got it to day 40 days of doing this. From Medi-hating to meditating. And I don't really know what I'm going to speak about today. Besides trying to stop saying all the time. It's a habit. And sometimes habits you don't realise you're doing them. And it's not until it comes to your attention somehow or someone keeps pointing it out to you that you realise that you're doing it. And I've just done it again. So, not knowing what I'm going to say, that is absolutely fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all because I know that whatever's going to come out is going to be the right thing. And I was doing my meditation quite late today. I've had quite a busy day. And I've realised that it's not about things that are happening around you. Although the things that are happening around you do sometimes have an impact. As I was walking today with Ricky, I noticed that there was a man who was on his mobility scooter, and me and Ricky were walking at the side of the road, and there was really nowhere further in that we could have gone for him besides stopping to let him pass. And he sort of said hello and, excuse me and all those things, and then he sort of pointed forward, and I found myself becoming a little bit annoyed because my first thought was, there is room to go around, and I have as much right to walk on this piece of the road as you have. And that's what came to mind, and I got quite annoyed. And then I thought, well, I don't know this person, so why is it annoying me? And why is he bringing up annoyance in me? And I find that annoyance comes up when I'm trying to, not trying to do things, but I think when I feel a bit out of control. And it's about minor things really, about, me having my little space, or perhaps me walking with Ricky and wanting peace and quiet, and then be people around, or might be kids shouting, or whatever's happening around me. Sometimes I just want to get away from it all. And I think sometimes that's quite normal. And what I have found is when I am around a lot of people, I find myself quite heavy. And as in quite heavy, I find myself feeling a variety of different feelings. Like today, I was in quite a public space with a lot of people about. And although it was for a period of about 4 hours, I found myself feeling feelings of not being good enough, feelings of trying to control somebody else, feelings of confusion, feelings of fear, feelings of happiness, feelings of security, feelings of contentment, feelings of distrust. And all of these feelings, none of them were mine. All these feelings I was feeling because I was empathing the feelings from other people around me. And what I mean by that is that I sense people's feelings really easily. And sometimes I do find I have to get away from it all and just be in the peace and quiet and just be on my own to be able to release those feelings from my body. Because if they are held in, then that's when I find myself taking them on as my own. And I know sometimes I do have to process them. And in processing them, it can feel really uncomfortable and really alien in my body. And sometimes it can be, I can be having a really good day and everything, you know, is going fine. And then at other times, it can be quite an overwhelming feeling of different emotions. And it's like, it's a little bit like I'm behind one of these, I don't know what they call them. In the olden days, I used to have where you put your head and your hands through this wooden thing and they locked your hands and your head down, and something similar where, you know, in the playgrounds where you throw something or you throw water at a person, and it feels a little bit like that, and sort of bombarded with different feelings coming at me. Boom, 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 boom. And as you can imagine, after a while of being bombarded with all these water guns or being bombarded with these balloons of water being thrown at you constantly, or perhaps a feeling when you're out in the rain and just constantly being bombarded by rain and you just feel like, oh, will this ever stop? It's a little bit like feeling like that. And you can imagine with feelings, because there's so many different feelings floating about from everyone, and people don't realise that these feelings are within the surroundings of their body. So surrounding our physical body, we've got our energy body, or sometimes it's called the aura. And this energy body is where we sort of hold our emotions, and when we come into contact with somebody else, our energy bodies collide with each other and clash with each other. So that is how we sort of pick up energies from other people. And being an empath, it naturally happens. And so that's why it's a feeling sometimes of just wanting to get away, just wanting to process the feelings that are happening with me. And perhaps that annoyance that I felt with that gentleman this morning wasn't necessarily me being annoyed with him. It could very easily have been him being annoyed with me, but him wanting to be polite and kind because he didn't know me, but really wanted to tell me to get the hell out of his way, to piss off. Whatever it was, it could be something like that. So perhaps my annoyance and the things that I'm feeling aren't necessarily my own. And that to me feels a lot lighter and it makes a lot more sense. So I'm going to finish today, day 40, with the message that are your feelings actually yours? And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Nearly at day 40. Nearly at day 50. Anyway, Ricky's looking at me now. Crazy woman. All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.